All right, Stack family. So today we're gonna be talking futures, getting into futures tradings, and the best platforms to use in your start to trading futures. Let's get straight into it. So I know a lot of people show their trades, show the money that they're making, show what's the best indicators, the best strategy. There's a bunch of videos around that. But I feel like for me, what was gatekept in the beginning was just starting out. What platform to use, what market data do you need, how to connect your TradingView or your NinjaTrader to TradingView, then to see the markets to be able to take the trades. So that's what we're gonna get into today. I'm gonna show you first, we'll probably make it a series, but first today I'm gonna show y'all the best platforms to use, how to get started in them, and in the next video I'll show you how to connect them to TradingView, what everybody uses to see the markets more clearly and just a more visually aesthetic platform that shows the markets. So let's get straight into it. All right, y'all, we're about to hop straight into it. The first thing we're gonna talk about is trading brokers. So I'm searching up trading brokers. When you first getting into trading, you're trying to find a broker to get into. This is the first thing that you're gonna need to look for. So that what the trading broker does is it gives you the market data. It gives you the ability to be able to trade, buy, or sell, or hold from their platform. So you have accounts like NinjaTrader, Webull, Interactive Brokers, TradingView, Forex.com, Kalshi. So I'm sure you've heard of Robinhood. You've heard of all of these. If you into trading and you've been doing your research, you've heard of a good amount of these trading sites. What we're going to talk about today is a form of NinjaTrader, but we're going to talk about TradingView. TradingView, I believe, is the most user-friendly, the most beginner-friendly broker when getting into futures. Recently, if you look here right under it, NinjaTrader bought out TradingView. So it's the parent company now to TradingView. So I would either use NinjaTrader or TradingView. Either one is going to do you justice. Today we're going to talk about TradingView because that's what I use. So the first thing you're going to do is click on TradingView. And why? Let me repeat myself. This is the broker. This is what's going to get you from you with the investment money that you have to the market. So you see, they got a bunch of different trading tools. They got support. They got even prop trading. But the main thing you want to do, you want to come here and you want to click open an account. So since I already have an account, I'm going to log in. You would simply be filling in all the information that you need to fill in, and you get this screen will eventually pop up. You can either simulation trade, which is demo trade. You can market replay or back test basically, and you can live trade. What do we want to do? We want to live trade, so we're going to click live trading. And now if you speak English, this right here probably looks like somebody writing in Spanish or talking in Chinese to you, vice versa. Don't let this discourage you. Don't let this fool you from how simple it is to be able to trade. The first thing you do when you get your account set up, to be able to get access to this right here and to be able to have access to the markets, the first thing that you're going to do after you set up your account, you're going to come here and you're going to need, they have market data. So this is the CME bundle, as y'all can see, where you can trade without any extra steps or applications. You trade European futures without any extra steps or applications. You can connect your charts to TradingView, which is what we'll get into in the next video. And then order flow and market replay, being able to back test and making sure that your trades are validated. This right here is very important because it allows you to have access to the market. This is like $12 a month. So this is pretty much your only cost that you're gonna have to pay for when getting into futures to be able to have access to buy and sell within the market, if that makes sense. And if I'm not mistaken, as long as you fund the account, then you get this for free. As long as your account is eligible or funded, meaning you've deposited money onto your account, this comes at either a lower fee or even free. But to start off, it's going to be $12. You need, a lot of people go wrong because they think as soon as they see this that they're in the game. You feel me? But no, you have to come here, make sure your account is set up. You see my account says live, and you need to buy your market data. Like I said, I think it's $12 a month. So it's super cheap to be able to do what you want to do and invest your money. And this is basically what it comes with: the order flow, the trading view, the market replays. These, as you can see, this is normally $59 a month, normally $49 a month. But if you get the bundle, which is, like I said, I believe $12 a month, all this is included. You get the free indicators that they have. You get the advanced charting. So you get the Heikin candles, which we all know are fire, which what we use. And from there, after you create your account, you get the CME data. Your markets are going to look like here. This is just a small preview of what getting into futures is. Now you're locked in with the broker. Does that make sense? The next level is you can stop here. If you get the CME data, you get the bundle data, you also get your, you set up your account and you fund your account, you could stop here. You don't have to go any further than this, and you can trade here on TradingView. You can make it look a little different. So you can customize your own workspace to how you would want it. You see your orders are down here. Your positions are over here. You're going to have a ticket to be able to set your stop loss, your take profit. All of that is right here within TradingView, and you can use it all. You can stay here and be able to trade. But this is not everybody's cup of tea. Some people like to see it in a different way. So that's what we're going to talk about in the next video, is connecting the TradingView account, your broker account, to TradingView, and to be able to have access to the super charts, which is going to be free because you've paid for your $12 a month within the TradingView to be able to get your CME and your market data. Like it says right here, what I'm talking about. Come to your add-ons, TradingView right here. Enable TradingView to access your TradingView accounts both live and sim to use in conjunction with TradingView's installed web and mobile versions. No additional order routing fees apply. A valid TradingView subscription is required. Once this add-on is enabled, you will be able to connect your TradingView to your TradingView with your current TradingView username and password. So that's basically saying if you have the TradingView account, you don't need to buy the TradingView access because you already have the bundle and the data within your TradingView. And you don't want to overlook that because you don't want to be paying for both things when you don't need to. So as y'all can see, make sure you come here to your subscriptions. You get your market data, you get your CME bundle, and from there, you have access to the charts. You can buy, sell, you can trade. Just a little overview. This up here would be your equity, what you have in the account, and your open P&L, meaning what you're up and what you're currently down within the trade that you're in at the moment. You come here, you see this is the S&P 500, got this 10-year T-note. These are what markets you're on, This is the market itself. I believe I have an indicator on here. I believe I have the Keltner indicator on here. So that's why you see this right here, these dotted lines, and then as well as you see the RSI, which is basically like a version of the stochastic oscillator. You got the volume over here on this side, this indicator. You have the average directional index over here on this side, as well as what looks to be a 200 EMA indicator. So this is everything that you need to be able to trade within TradingView. Let's go over it again. You set up your account. You pay for the market data, the CME Bundle 1. That's going to give you access to all of the markets, the current time of the markets. It's not going to be delayed or anything like that, as well as being able to connect your broker, your TradingView, to TradingView. One of the last things I want to talk about before we get into the next video is TradingView. Like I said earlier, TradingView recently, not TradingView, NinjaTrader recently bought out TradingView. So you can either use NinjaTrader or TradingView. Either one works. But sometimes when you're on TradingView and say you may get an email or something letting you know that you confirmed something or you confirmed your account, NinjaTrader will send you an email because it bought out TradingView if you're specifically using TradingView. But that's only because they're the parent company. So don't be discouraged or don't feel like, damn, I signed up for TradingView and NinjaTrader sent it. Don't be confused. They just bought them out. So they the parent company to them, so they sending you the information. Well, I think from there, we should be pretty good. You got show you a little bit more access of what it gives you within TradingView. You got your news right here. You got a chat that you can get into. You got your current news. This is not where it ends. This is where you're just getting started. Some people like to trade here. I personally don't. I personally like to get into the TradingView and have access to the super charts because it's more visually aesthetic for me. It's more visually pleasing to my eyes and I can see the charts a little bit better. But we're going to get into that into the next video. If you have any questions on what to do, how to do it, please make sure you leave them in the comment section. Make sure you like, you subscribe, because I'm going to drop a series of next how to connect your TradingView to TradingView. And then in the third video, I'm going to teach you the pips and how much each price goes for, how much each pip is per pair that we're using, per tick that it moves. It's much different than binary options. If you trade options, it's not a fixed price like options. You have opportunity to 2-to-1, to 3-to-1, to 4-to-1. And that's the beautiful thing about futures. And then in the last video, I'm either going to show you how to deposit into the account, or we'll deposit into the account and I'll go over the indicators, the best indicators that I use, that I've gained access to. And it's not a lot. It's not a lot of indicators. It's 1 to 2 indicators because you don't want to convolute your market of what it really is. So let's see, anything else we need to go over? As y'all can see, set up your account, get the CME bundle number 2 or the CME bundle number 1. That's step number 2. Fund the account if you can. It's pretty simple if you've ever funded an account before. It's all it is putting your bank account and funding your account, putting the money onto your account. But they do have margins. So one thing that I messed up on was I put like 50 bucks onto the account, 50, 60 bucks onto the account to start off in the beginning, and that wasn't enough. They said, we're going to need more money on the account from you to be able to trade because of what we're giving you access to. So you need to have, I would say, bare minimum $300 to $500 to put onto the account. to have leverage so that if you do go on a drawdown, you're still able to not get stomped out and still have some leverage and not just be a one and done, one trade and then you're done, if that makes sense. Because you can put $120 on there, $150 on there, but at the end of the day, if you lose 60 bucks, you down to $90. They're not going to let you trade with that. That's not enough leverage in the account for you to go up or down, if that makes sense. So from there, in the next video, we're going to connect to TradingView. And that's when things are going to start to turn up and start to look more like what you see from the traders and the biggest traders in the space that I feel like was gate kept. So if you like this information, like I said before, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.